I recently hit 20,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and throughout the years on the journey to grow my channel, I've learned a lot. I know a lot of creators who want to get started on YouTube but don't really know where to begin. So today I wanted to walk you through how I would grow from 0 subscribers if I were to start from scratch today. And the best part, you can complete these steps in just 4 weeks. If you're new here, hi, I'm Austen, a full-time micro-influencer with over a decade of experience, and I'm going to be breaking this game plan down for you week by week so you can slot things in your calendar to actually launch your channel in just 1 month. I'm also going to call out things that I think you should skip. That may be popular advice you've heard from other creators about starting a YouTube channel that I don't think are a priority when you're first getting started. Let's talk about week number 1, which is going to be all about your channel setup and brainstorming content ideas. If you ask me, this is the most fun part because you get to dream up a vision for what you want your own corner of the internet to look like. So this is a great opportunity to start thinking through the basics of your channel. What type of videos do you see yourself creating? Will you be focusing on long-form content on YouTube or on shorts? For purposes of this video, I'm going to focus on helping you launch a YouTube channel through long-form content because I truly believe that if you have a successful YouTube channel with long-form content, then you can truly have a sustainable and long-term career as a YouTuber. However, if you do already create short-form video content for other platforms, you should absolutely test some of that content on YouTube Shorts. You can bulk upload shorts and even schedule them out so you can start posting consistently without actually needing to show up every day. You can also think about what you'll be using to film your videos and where you want to film them. I would recommend taking 10 minutes, set a timer on your phone, and brainstorm any ideas you have for YouTube videos. We'll figure out if you should actually film all of these ideas in week 2, but just have a free-flowing brainstorm session to start out with to see what you come up with. And then when it comes to the basics of your YouTube channel setup, you're going to want to fill in all of the key information on your channel. You're going to create a channel name, have a profile photo, add a description, and add a YouTube banner. Now, those first 3 things you can grab from any other social media platform you already have, and I would recommend using the same profile photo across all your platforms so that people can instantly recognize you if they find you on YouTube. You can modify your description from the about page of your website, your Instagram bio copy, or anything else you might have on hand that briefly explains what people can expect from you. The one piece of your channel setup that might be new to you will be the YouTube banner, and I would recommend taking a look at the channels of some creators that you like to see what they have as their banner, and then you can simply go onto Canva and find a template for your YouTube banner and customize it there. If there's one thing I would suggest skipping during this first week, it would be buying equipment that you don't know how to use and that's too fancy and requires a high learning curve. There is so much that can be done now with your iPhone camera. Almost dropped it. So if this is all you have to get started, then absolutely take advantage of it. A lot of creators also still wonder about intros and outros for YouTube videos. I have actually cut intros entirely from my channel, and for an outro, you can just use the built-in end screen overlay on the YouTube editor. There's always room to add on bells and whistles later and upgrade your equipment, but for purposes of getting going, let's keep it simple. Now that you've got the basic channel setup down and you have a list of video ideas, in week number 2, we're going to be focusing on outlining your videos and planning your content. By now, you have that list of ideas that you brainstormed in the first week, and you're going to take that list and actually validate those topics. What I mean by that is you're going to look into those topics further to see if people are currently creating videos on those topics and what the competition is. Especially if you're a new channel starting out, you want to understand your likelihood to be able to get found in the YouTube search results and to be recommended by YouTube. Let me share my screen and show you a quick example of how you can validate your video topics. Let me show you how you can validate some of the topics you brainstormed for your YouTube channel, and I'm going to use 2 plugins in this example. The first one is called vidIQ, and the second one is called Keywords Everywhere. Now, I'm using the free version of vidIQ, which is just going to, at a glance, show me metrics like how many subscribers a channel has. But I'm using a paid version of Keywords Everywhere, which I would really recommend if you're serious about your YouTube journey. I will link both down below, but basically, Let's say that you are a food content creator and you had an idea to post a video showing how you make tater tots on your YouTube channel. So when I just type tater tots into the YouTube search bar, it brings me to this page. This is the search engine results page, and we want to give you the best chance of showing up here as possible, even as a new channel. This information right under the search bar is coming to me from the Keywords Everywhere plugin, and as you can see, the term tater tots gets nearly 250,000 searches every single month, which makes it kind of a competitive keyword. Not only that, but if we scroll down and look at who is ranking for this keyword, we've got a channel like Bon Appetit with 6 million subscribers, All Recipes with 2 million subscribers. This channel down here, like there are just some big channels ranking, and obviously it's a popular keyword, but we need to narrow this down a little bit to give a newer channel a chance of even showing up in the search engine results page at all. So another cool thing about the Keywords Everywhere plugin is that when you type in this initial keyword like tater tots, you can scroll down and see what some of the other keywords are that people are searching for and their monthly search volume as well. If you're a newer channel, I would recommend focusing on keywords with between 10 and 1,000 monthly searches, because even if you're ranking number one for a video where 10 people a month are searching for that term and your video is the first one there and they click on it, that's 10 more viewers than you would have gotten otherwise. These keywords will be much easier to rank for than broader keywords like tater tots. So let's say we decide to do tater tots recipe air fryer as our keyword. So now you can see with this keyword, the search volume is 110 searches a month, which is going to be much less competitive than 250,000 searches a month. And then the next thing you want to do is make sure that you understand if you do have a chance to rank for this keyword as a smaller channel. So what's cool about this is the very first search result right here is coming from a channel with just around 2,000 subscribers. It's the first search result, and the video itself has 14,000 views. And then this is a cool feature here of the vidIQ plugin called the outlier score, where you can see if a video is outperforming the channel's average number of views. What we can tell from this is that this video got 38 times more views than the average video for this channel would. So this is sort of a breakaway video for this YouTube channel. It's bringing them in more views and hopefully also more subscribers. So this is good news and a very good sign for you if you want to create this air fryer tater tots recipe. You can also look over here at the ranking difficulty for this keyword. Right now, Keywords Everywhere is telling us it's only a 36 out of 100 difficulty, and I think the first one we looked at was 64 out of 100, so you are going to get a keyword that's easier to rank for when you continue to refine like we're doing here. Even this video that's ranking second here is coming from a channel with just under 2,000 subscribers, and they've got 20,000 views on this video. Also, this video is from 1 year ago. This is from 11 months ago, so you do have a good chance to come in and create a newer version of this recipe. This keyword might benefit from some fresh content coming into it, so you can have new information. Maybe you're using a more recent model of air fryer than the people who made these videos are. And you can see here that there is a good chance that we can rank for this keyword, especially if on top of all of this, you're going to create a great engaging piece of content like I know you will. This is a great way to set your video up for success. So this is what I mean when I talk about validating your keywords. Now, when it comes to your video script, I think every YouTube video should include 4 key components. The first one is a hook or intro that lasts no more than 15 seconds. The reason for this is that the first 30 seconds of watch time on YouTube are crucial. So if you can hook someone's attention and keep them watching throughout your video, you're already doing probably one of the hardest parts of actually getting people to watch and subscribe to your channel. If you remember earlier in this video, my hook was about reaching 20,000 subscribers with a fun little cutaway of me blowing out the cake candles. Next, you want to either highlight your own expertise or state the promise for the video. Earlier in this video, I told you I'm a micro-influencer with over a decade of experience, so hopefully that qualifies me as someone to help you grow your YouTube channel. And I also reassured you by the time you're done watching this video that you'll have a 4-week game plan to launch your YouTube channel in 1 month. And you can modify this depending on the topic of your video and your area of expertise. The next key component of your YouTube video is the meat of the content itself, which is where we are right now in this video. And possibly throughout the video or just at the end, you want to include some kind of call to action. That could be like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, download my freebie, join my program, buy my digital product, or anything else you could think of. Passive viewers on YouTube are really great, but engaged viewers, not just on YouTube, but who come find you on other platforms, or even better, join your email list, are a great way to build a thriving community from your YouTube content. Those 4 items are key no matter what type of YouTube video you're filming. However, I did want to mention if you're thinking about starting a vlog channel for YouTube, I actually have a whole video where I break down my thoughts on vlogging and what vlog creators should keep in mind. So I will leave that linked down below in case you'd like to watch that next. When you're going through and outlining your content, the biggest thing that I would skip are the word-for-word scripts or trying to read from some kind of teleprompter. I personally use bullet points on my YouTube scripts. That is something that helps me make sure that I'm hitting everything I want to say, but it gives me room to show my personality and go on a tangent or add one more example. And that is just something that I think makes a great YouTuber, is the ability to show your personality while you're helping someone. So now you've got your basic channel set up down and you've got outlines for your first few videos. In week 3, we're actually going to film and edit your content. Pick a day this week to actually film some of your content. And however much time you think you need, add a little bit more as a buffer, because things are never running as smoothly as we would like them to, especially when we're starting something new. I recently went through this while launching my podcast, where I recorded an entire episode and somehow there was just no audio. And that's because I'm new to podcasting and I'm learning, and I totally remember the same scenario when I first launched this channel. I would also highly suggest filming a 1-minute test clip before you sit down and film for an entire hour. This way you're able to address any potential audio issues, if your camera is crooked or out of focus, if there's mascara on your cheek when there shouldn't be, and just make sure that things are the way you want it so you don't waste time filming a whole piece of content and then wishing you could undo some of those things. I would also strongly suggest finding a window of time where you can batch film your YouTube content. In an ideal world, when I sit down to film, I am trying to film 2 videos at a time. Not today because of some poor planning on my part, because I'm actually flying to Amsterdam later next week, so this is the current situation, just to keep myself on track. But in an ideal world, I like to film 2 videos at a time, and there's a few reasons for this. Number 1, once you're in the flow of filming, you want to take advantage of that. Like, once I get warmed up and start talking, I could keep going for a few more hours. So I want to take advantage of my energy levels and the fact that I'm already in a good groove of my filming process. And the second thing is that you'll save time on your filming setup and breakdown. Because for me, I have to move things around in my apartment, get my camera set up, get my lights plugged in. And if you guys could see actually the chaos behind the camera, you would understand why you might not want to do this more than once. I also recommend having 2 different tops or dresses or whatever picked out when you are going to batch film content. Make sure that they are ironed or steamed or whatever and ready to go, so that as soon as you finish filming video number 1, you know what you're wearing for video number 2, and you can just quickly change and come right back to where you were. Also, while you are filming your videos, don't forget to pose for a thumbnail. This is a weird process, and I'm gonna have Sean leave this in while I do this just to show you, but you want to have a still image of you that you like that you can use as a screen grab to create your thumbnail, which we'll talk about in week number 4. So let's do some awkward posing for a thumbnail together, shall we? I don't know where to put my arm. God, okay. Sorry you had to watch that, but at least you know what to do now, right? Once you have filmed your YouTube video, now it's time to edit. I don't know about you, but when I started my channel, editing was my biggest fear because I didn't know how to make my videos look professional, and I just wanted people to take them seriously so badly, and I really did get stressed out on the editing process. However, again, what I really want to do with this video is encourage you to keep it simple and keep it easy so that you can actually get content up and you can always come back and refine things later. So for that reason, I would strongly suggest starting out with a free editing software. iMovie comes free on all Mac computers, and the app CapCut that you might be familiar with for short form content also has a free desktop editor. So those are two great options if you're getting started out. And again, don't worry too much about crazy animations or things like that. The big things that you want to look out for when you're starting out editing, in my opinion, are cutting out silences, cutting out any ums or uhs that you don't really want in there. And one other super simple editing technique that you can do to help keep your viewers' attention is to just slightly crop in your video. And this is helpful if you want to emphasize a point or keep the viewer's attention. Choose an intuitive editing tool, focus on cutting out silences and filler words, and add a few crops for emphasis and for fun. As far as what to skip in week number 3, you have to let go of your idea of what the perfect first YouTube video will look like. And I say this as a Virgo only child, okay? This is not easy for me either. You just have to know that your first video is not going to be perfect and that there's always room to improve. And if you want proof of this, let me really quickly roll you the clip of my first YouTube video. I think YouTube is so crazy cool. I find myself constantly like getting lost for hours watching like bloggers and people talk about like makeup and beauty and fashion in these little like more concise videos, and it's just like the coolest thing. So I wanted to be a part of it. I love 2017 Austen, but we've definitely come a long way. So now that your channel's set up, you've scripted your first batch of videos, and you've filmed your first batch of videos, it's time to move on to week number 4, where you're going to upload and schedule content on YouTube Studio. Like I said before, I truly believe long-form content is the key to having a successful YouTube channel that will continue to be a core part of your business for years to come. I also personally believe that the best cadence for your long-form video content is to upload weekly videos. This is totally possible. It just requires some planning and coordination, and things like finding your favorite days to film and batching content will really help you with your ability to stay consistent with your uploads. This is helpful to show YouTube that you're actively uploading your content, and it also gives your audience a baseline for when they can expect to hear from you each week. So I do recommend choosing an upload day. I currently upload on Tuesdays, but that could always change. And YouTube does have a scheduling feature. So once you upload your content, you can schedule content to go out, whatever day and whatever time you really want it to. Okay, let's talk a little bit of basic SEO for all of the information you're going to give YouTube about the video that you just created. You're going to add in a title, tags, and a description to your video. YouTube even has something under settings in YouTube Studio called upload defaults. So if there are certain links that you want to make sure are included in every single description, maybe to your website or to your other social media channels, to your filming equipment, to your resources, or to book a consulting call with you, you can actually create that in upload defaults, and then that pre-written out description will appear in every future long-form video that you publish on YouTube. This is a great way to speed up this process and make sure you're not forgetting anything. When it comes to your YouTube title, you're probably going to want to include a keyword or key phrase that you found when you validated your topic. Now, do you remember those awkward still image poses that we both did? Well, it's time to break those out again. So let me share my screen and show you some basics for how to create a thumbnail in Canva. Okay, let's walk through some best practices for creating a thumbnail in Canva. So what I've done here is I've uploaded the image that we shot together a few minutes ago, and I've just blurred the background a little bit to make the photo pop more, and I have enhanced it slightly. So once you have a photo that you like, you can bring it here into Canva, and you can select the YouTube template, which is going to be a 16:9 horizontal ratio. So this is actually what I use to create all of my thumbnails. So as you can see here, there are a bunch of different examples, and I kind of have these colors and these fonts that I always use in my thumbnails. One thing to note about your thumbnails is it's another chance to provide supplemental text or information that you're not able to fit in your title. So here I have New York City vlog, but I want people to know that it's going to be days in my life. And over here I have 2024 Instagram Reels growth strategy, but my thumbnail text is saying that I got 3,000 new followers from one reel. So use your thumbnails as a chance to add information that you might not get from the title. Now, I already have some pre-saved fonts that I like to use for my thumbnails, but my best recommendation would be to add a bit of a shadow to them or have a bit of a background to them too, which is a text effect you can do in Canva by clicking on effects and adding a background. This will help your fonts pop more on screen. So let's say that I took this font from one of my other videos down below where I have added this drop shadow to it over here. Again, this is in the text effects, and I've also added a curve to it. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the title of this YouTube video yet. I think that the official title will be Getting Started on YouTube from 0 subscribers. So I should add some text here that will supplement that. Okay, so maybe I'll make this text start from 0 subs, or I could make it something kind of more enticing, like 0 subs, do this. I could say something like launch your channel. I kind of like how that looks. And then the title would be grow your YouTube from 0 subscribers. So I'm trying to avoid overlapping words too much because the thumbnail is my chance to add additional interest. Okay, so I've also added launch your channel in 4 weeks. So if the title says 1 month and this says 4 weeks, hopefully that appeals to people who are either looking for a weekly plan or a monthly plan. Okay, so now I want to see if this thumbnail will pass the Zoom test. And what I mean by that is I'm going to adjust the percentage down here and make it really small, like 19 or 20%. I think I learned this tip from Vanessa Lau, by the way, to see if the text is still legible when it is this small, because it will be this small on anyone's phone. So if people are watching your YouTube videos on their mobile app, we want to make sure that they can still read the text clearly. So I can still read that, launch your channel in 4 weeks. I think that looks good. And I would just avoid, if anything, putting text in this bottom right-hand corner of your YouTube video, because if you look at it either on mobile or desktop, you're going to see this timestamp down here. So maybe I even should have moved this one over a tiny bit so it's not overlapping, but in general, you just don't want to put any text there because otherwise it will get cut off. So try to keep it a little bit above where the timestamp will appear and just not on the right-hand side in the bottom corner. Yeah, I might tweak this one a little more before I post the video, but overall, I'm happy with how it looks. 2 things that I would skip in week number 4 are, number 1, using stock images in your YouTube thumbnails. You might not have the perfect filming background yet, but what you can do in Canva is include yourself. You can even cut yourself out and put yourself on a different background, but people really want to see you. They want to see the person who will be featured in the video they're about to watch. So I would really suggest doing the awkward posing. I know it's not the most fun thing in the world, but it will be really helpful to connect your channel with, okay, this is this person's YouTube channel, here they are in the thumbnail, and then here they are in the video that I'm watching. And I would also skip any non-human speak when it comes to titling your videos or adding a, let's call it 70 to 100 word little description in the description box from an SEO standpoint. What I mean by that is if people are searching for things and you find the keyword is a weird phrase, like something that you wouldn't personally say or that doesn't really flow, keywords are important, but sounding like a person is also really important. For example, if you were doing a fashion haul and the keyword you found was women's dress summer, you don't need to call your YouTube video that. You can call it 10 summer dresses for women that you'll love, or something that just sounds more like you're a human and not an AI. Let's review what you've done in the last 4 weeks. In week number 1, you set up the basics for your channel and you brainstormed your videos. In week number 2, you validated your topics and made outlines. In week number 3, you actually filmed and edited your content. And then in week number 4, you upload and scheduled that content on YouTube. Before I let you go, I really want to make sure I share an ongoing checklist of a few things that I think are important to continue this momentum and keep your channel growth going. Number one is stay consistent with your uploads. I personally feel like this is the number one thing that's helped me over the years, is pretty much always having a piece of content for my audience to watch on the day that they expect me to upload. Number two, check out your analytics. We don't have time to get into it in depth today, but the YouTube analytics are better than any other social media platform, in my humble opinion, because they give you so much information about your audience and who's watching. A few things you might want to look out for are, where is your traffic coming from? Are you getting shown in YouTube search, or are you mainly getting recommended by YouTube? So take a look at your traffic breakdown. Also, are people watching those critical first 30 seconds? And if you see a big drop off, go back and revisit some of your hooks and ask if there's something you could do to make it more engaging to get people to continue watching. And also take a look at which videos are converting the most subscribers, because if your goal is to grow, you want to see which videos people are watching and then sticking around for. And from there, you can use that video title to brainstorm a few other related ideas so that the people who subscribed because of a video you posted about soccer, keep watching, because you are hopefully going to post more soccer videos in the future. Also, engage with your audience, respond to comments, screenshot any questions that you think could be topics for future videos, and just generally stay updated with your community. And as you continue to build your presence, think about honing in your style as well. Will you be more funny or more helpful? Will you be more off the cuff or more polished? These are all things that you can continue to play with and experiment with to see what your audience is resonating with and how you want to present yourself on camera too. I really hope you found this video helpful. If there's something I didn't cover, please leave me a comment, ask me any questions you have about starting your YouTube channel, and I'll do my best to answer all of them that I can. And now I've hit key point 4 in my script, which is to give a call to action. So if you enjoyed what you watched today, please do like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I post videos every single week with tips for content creators, the behind the scenes of being an influencer, and business strategy. So if that interests you, please consider subscribing. And I know that editing can be a really tough part of launching your YouTube channel. So if you want to watch my complete iMovie editing tutorial for beginners, I will leave that as the up next recommendation on the screen. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.